Hi friends, Naji here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We are continuing a discussion on n8n use cases, and in this video we'll be discussing on an interesting use case, that is the automated quotation generation. So the use case includes maybe we will have an agent. The agent will be listening to our Gmail. So it will check that okay, if there is any email is there with the subject quotation, if any email is there with the subject quotation, it will process that email and it will see what is the quotation details it is asked for, and this will be checked against our databases, and based on our databases value, it will send a quotation back to the user. Okay, so this is the use case that we are planning to implement. For that, I have created a dummy databases called inventory, which contain few details, like it contain the details of pencil and a pen with amount is 20 and the pen amount is 10, and it has a quantity like 500 quantities are there in my inventory and 600 quantities are there for the pencil, I mean for the pen. Okay, so this is the databases. Now let me go to the workflow. Okay, now we can slowly building the workflow one by one. Okay, for that first we can have a Gmail event. Okay, so I can click on the Gmail and I can see like on message is received. So here I will be checking once the message is received, I can see message is received. I can check for the simplified, then I can add some filters. I don't need like all the emails, right? I just need the emails which includes like a subject as quotation. So I can say that it's subject containing quotation. Okay, so it will listen to the any email which contain the quotation. So let me execute it. Let's see execution. Okay, so it does not found any email. Okay, so I will send the email and we can check that. Okay, in between, like I forgot to discuss, so here we have to select our credentials. So in my previous videos I have explained like how can we create, how can we connect to GCP console and how can we create the connection. So please watch my previous video. So I will also add that link to the comment box. Okay, so once we have that details, so maybe let me send that. So this is my test email. Let me send that. Okay, so this is the email that I am expecting to asking for the quotation. It's yet to come. We'll see. So it's in progress. It's yet to receive that. So let me click on again. Okay, now we can see that we have received a email with a subject quotation, and we can see it's a email like I need a quotation for 100 pen and the 200 pencil, and we can see like many details like from whom that we are getting it from Muhammad Naji Abu, and it's my email ID, and this is subject, and this is the two email ID. Okay, so we can see like different cases with respect to this email. Okay, so once this we have the email, now we need to have a agent. I can select a AA agent. Okay, and I can connect it with the agent, and here I can give some, I can add some of the test prompt here. Okay, so first let me copy. So I already have some dummy created, so let me copy and paste it here. Okay, so let's have a look on this. So here we are saying that you need to understand the quotation carefully and find the items and item and its quantities. So this is the message that I am passing, and the format is name and quantity. Okay, so what I am trying to say to A is like we need to create a we need to analyze the email, then based on that we need to create the name and quantity. Okay, so this is the quotation. This is the quotation I have sent. I need a quotation for 100 pen and the 200 pencil. Okay, so how I got this one? Okay, so let me remove this. I will show you that. I can just drag and drop it from here. Okay, so drag and drop it from here, then we will have our prompt ready. Okay, now I can add one more thing to this particular prompt. Okay, I can see I can ask for a specific format. Okay, then let me go back and I can add the chat model. So my chat model will be something like I can use the OpenAI chat model. Let's have OpenAI chat model. I think 4.1 mini is fine. So let's select that. Okay, now we can check for the parser. Okay, So for that I can check not for the yeah, we can check for the parser. I can look into the structured output parser. Here the parsing will be something like this is what structure that I need. Okay. So here I can say item is the one thing that I need, then also I need to have the quantities. Okay, so these are the two things I need from the email. So let's do this. Now we can execute it. Let's see the result. Okay, so we can see we have the pen and quantity is 100, and here we have a pencil and quantity is the 200. Okay, now I'm doing some kind of a conversion for this one. For that I will add a code function. Okay, so let's select a code function. Okay, so if you look on this, we will have a two type of code functions are there. One is the JavaScript function and other one is the Python beta. Okay, so we will be selecting the JavaScript for this one. Okay, so what I will do, let me take the JavaScript code, paste it here. Okay, so let's execute this, then you will get a clear idea about this. So I'm just doing some kind of a transformation. So I'm just changing to output to the items, and this is the item and the quantities, and item and quantities, and you guys can see what are the things that is the search terms that I need. Okay, so this will be helpful when I do the database query. Okay, for the time being, like I just understand that I'm just doing some kind of a conversion to, so that like it is easy for me to trigger to the Postgres database. Okay, so we have the code is ready. So once the code is ready, now we need to call our Postgres database. Okay, for that I can also come here. So let me see. Let's search for the Postgres DB. So this is the Postgres DB. Here I can do a select rows from the table. Select this. Okay. I can select for the execute query. I want to execute the query. Okay, now let me copy and paste the query here. Okay, not this one, and this is the query. Okay, so what this does is it will select the inventory and it will fetch the details of the item. Okay, for example, here we have the two items, right? One is the pen and other one is the pencil, right? So it will be something like select star from inventory where name I like any, an array of percentage of pen and the percentage of pencil. Okay, so that is how this query will execute. So before that, what we need to do, we need to select create an account for the Postgres database. Okay, so here I have already created that one. In your case, if you are using this first time, you guys can go and select your local host and give the database name, give the username, and give the password, and just fill this one. Okay, then you will able to connect to the Postgres database. Okay, so once that is done, let me connect this one. So I'm just connecting to this one. Then here I can see. Now let me execute it. Okay, so after executing, I can see that there are two items are there. One is the pencil and other one is the amount. I mean, one is the pencil and other one is the pen, and we can see the amount and quantities can be also listed here. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a prompt. Okay, I'm going to create a prompt saying that, okay, saying to AI agent, saying that, okay, this is the email I received from the customer. Okay, and this is the inventory that is in my database, and based on that create a quotation. Okay, so this is what I need to do. For that, I'm creating a couple of code function. Okay, so let me add a code function here. I can add a code function. So first let me execute it, then I will show you, I will explain you how this works. Okay, so let me paste it here and execute it here. Okay. So what this does is it is creating a inventory string. Okay, just forget about these details. We can say it is creating a inventory string, and it says that found two item in the inventory. The item 1 that is the amount is 20 and quantity is the 500. And I'm saying that okay, this is the second item is the pen and its amount is 10 and its the availability is the 600 is available. Okay, so in that way I have created another code. Now what I need to get my input, that is the Gmail, the email content I have to get, then I have to get my inventory details. Okay, now I need to merge these two details before passing into my AI agent. For that I can create one more code agent. Let me select one more code agent for this one. Okay, so here also let me copy and paste the details. Paste it here. Let's execute it. Okay, here I am getting an error. Let me see. Okay, so let me connect it with the right one. So this is my code. Let me connect this one and execute it. Okay, it's again showing a problem in code 2, line number 5. Okay, let me look on the line number 5. Here I can see prepare search terms. Okay, so I have to rename it in such a way that it will match with the term. So this is the one I need to get. So let me correct it little bit. I don't have the code. Here I need to get it from the code. Executing. Now it's getting another error. Okay, I'm fixing this error because what happens is that I need to get details from this code and also I need to get details from this code. Okay, so here I have to have the correct one code. Let me execute it. Okay, so the execution is completed. Now we can see the result. Okay, so if you look on this one, this combined message, here we can see customer quotation and it contains all the details, right? So let me try to expand it. Here we can see a customer quotation and I can say the original email. Okay, so this is the original email. I need a quotation for 100 pen and 200 pencil, the item requested by the customer. Okay, then here I can see the pen and the quantity required the 100 and the item pencil, the quantity requested the 200. Okay, now we can see that how much is the current inventory. So it contains the current inventory details. Then at the end it says that how to respond. Okay, so it says match the requested item with the available inventory, create a professional quotation table with HTML tables, example table and table, and indicate which item are in the stock and which item are not in the stock, calculate the total where the price are available, and provide a helpful response to the customer. Okay, so here we are clearly building the prompt to the AA agent. Okay, so once that is done, I can create a agent email. Okay, so I can create a AA agent. So let's have the AA agent here. Okay, this also can be defined here. Now I can take my response here. So let me expand it little bit. Okay, so this is the prompt. Okay, so here in the prompt it is clearly mentioned that based on the information below, prepare the detail and the professional quotation email reply. And here I'm using that combined email. Okay, so if you look on this, if you scroll it down, we can see a combined message. So I will show you how I created this one. Just drag and drop this one, combined one. This combined email message containing all the details as I discussed earlier. Here you can see the inventory details, current inventory, and this is the item that is requested by the customer. Okay, Now I have mentioned that some instructions like read the in a professional way, and all those things are mentioned here. Then I mentioned like use the reply tool to send this email as a reply to the message ID, and message ID is also mentioned. Okay, so if you go back here, okay, so this is the email message ID. Okay, so because to reply to the user I need to get the email ID, then I mean the email ID which is received, then only I will be able to reply to that particular user. Okay, so that is why I mentioned it here. Okay, so once that is done, I can also give some kind of a system prompt also. So here I just add some system prompt. Here I am saying that okay, you are a helpful assistant, you have to do details very carefully. So that is done. So once that is done, I can create a what we call a Gmail reply tool. So let me go back and first let me select a OpenAI agent. I can select OpenAI agent, and here I am selecting like little bit more bigger model. So I can select GPT-4. 4O can be selected here. Okay, I have selected the GPT-4O. Now I can select the Gmail. I can select a Gmail tool. Here I can say tool description. Set automatically message and operation is reply. So I have to reply, and message ID, let's AI decide the message ID, because I have already mentioned that in the in the prompt. So LLM will able to identify the message ID, and I can say type email type text or HTML. Let's make it HTML, and the message is also LLM can generate automatically. Okay, so I believe we have completed our workflow. Now let me execute this. Okay, it's not working. Let me select this. Let me execute this, the agent. We can see the execution is in progress. Okay, it is fetching all the details. Okay, it says I have sent a quotation to the customer with a professional email outlining the details of their request. If there is anything else you need, feel free to. Okay, so we can see I received the quotation or not. Okay, so here we can see the beautiful quotation, right? It says that dear customer, thank you for reaching out your request for quotation. We are pleased to offer you the following details based on the current inventory. And here I am specifically mentioning the item, and it is 100, and available stock is 600, and the unit per price is the $10, and the total amount is mentioned here. Here also we can see the total amount. Then it says the subtotal is 500 and total is $5,000. Okay, then it is mentioned about the something in detail. Okay, so this is how like this is working. And if I need to specify the reply email also, for example, okay, so in this Gmail, like it just mentioned about your name, your position, and etc., right? To correct this, what I can do, I can just go to the email. Okay, and I can specifically say that okay, maybe in the system prompt I can say that okay, this is from Muhammad Naji Abu, please use like a company as my company, something like that. Then our LLM will automatically will take. Okay, so that is how this entire workflow works. Maybe I can try like one more time. Okay, maybe I can ask for a different one. So let me take this. Let me have a query, paste it here. I can say 10 and the 20. Here I can, the subject I can mention quotation, and here I can say this is the my the email that I am going to send. Let's send it. Okay, now let me execute it. Let me execute it. Okay, the email is yet to come, so let me try it again. Okay, now we got the email. So here we can see the executions in progress. Okay, now it is trying to reply to the email, and let's see this is coming or not. Here I can see. Okay, see how beautifully it is formatted. It says about the item name, request type, and line type. Everything is mentioned here. Little bit of modification in the prompt will give us a more better result or more better in email format. Okay. So yeah, so that is all about in this video. Please do like and subscribe. Have a nice day. Bye bye.